Hello, a Resolute Cartographer coming to you with a final update on the Fallout 3 Metro map. So you can see right here that I have the Fallout 3 Metro map complete, and we can zoom in here and we can see just how detailed it is. Now, this level of detail comes at a cost, and that cost is that this is a 20,000 by 23,000 pixel drawing, and it is 28.5 megabytes. Now, I've been trying to figure out exactly the right way to share all this with you, and I think I've finally come to the right way to do it. I have put this into a Google Drive. I will put a link to this image within the description of the video, and you will be able to download this directly. Now, because it's 28.5 megabytes, you will not be able to view it on the Google Drive, but you should be able to download it directly and use it as you wish. Now, I created this whole thing because, back when I first started playing Fallout 3 in 2008, I avoided downtown DC like the plague just because it was so complicated to get through. It's full of super mutants and Talon Company mercs, later in the game Enclave soldiers, and if you have Broken Steel installed, you also have to deal with things like super mutant overlords and feral ghoul reavers and all kinds of stuff like that I just did not want to touch. And again, not knowing my way around also made it so that I'd be basically blindly flailing around this place while being attacked by enemies that I just didn't know how to fight properly, you know? So what I did though was I went through and I mapped every single tunnel section, every subsection of the city, and this includes the subsections brought to you within the Operation Anchorage DLC. You can see Bailey's Crossroads Metro and Bailey's Crossroads leading down to the Outcast outpost there. And so it is now full 13 subsections of the city and 33 tunnels, all of them mapped. So what I'm going to do here is I was trying to figure out if I should do a guide video, and I even came up with like this here where I was writing out a script, and it was up to a full 6 pages, and that was just for these sections west of the river. And the biggest problem with that is I was basically trying to do it a whole thing where I'd be walking you through all these tunnels, but when you get to this side of the river and you get to places like Pennsylvania Avenue, and you just see the sheer number of tunnels and crisscrossing and everything going every which way, I'd be entering a tunnel and doubling back, and it just wouldn't make any sense. So I figured the best way to do this is simply to teach you how to use the map, which you'll again be able to access from the link within the description, and it should help get you to find your way through the DC Metro ruins. So quick overview of what we're looking at here. Let's take a look at DuPont Circle, for example. So the black is either generally it means impassable or it means a border. Now the thicker wall here is definitely the border. These impassable areas are, in this case, you're dropping down into a lower little chunk of highway right here. Or in some cases it's debris, in some cases it's buildings. And so that's just what that means. This light gray right here means that there's something above you. This dark gray means that there's an area below you. The white is walkable. The blue arrows are basically indicating staircases and ramps, and they point up. So this right here is the base of the staircase pointing up to this little middle level right here that then points up to the level above. We've got the different color spots here. The larger ones are generally connections between areas. I didn't bother to do one right here for the collapsed car tunnel, which is it runs right through this little section of the map, and it connects to this right here. It connects into DuPont Circle Station, and it connects to the other side of this as well. Just know all three of those are connected. It's a very simple little chunk of the map right there. But I wanted to stick to mainly the tunnels that connect in between sections of the map, like the dry sewer or Metro Junction, or to things like Tinleytown Friendship Station. So that's the kind of thing you've got to look for there. Those are what the larger dots mean. The smaller dots, and again, they're only marginally smaller, and at least in terms of how they appear, they're actually a good 25% smaller, but they are sub-locations within the area, like Lady Frumperton's Fashions. Okay? And so at the bottom of this, like at the top, we've got the title. So we've got DuPont Circle, what it connects to, in this case Metro Junction, Galaxy News Radio, Foggy Bottom Station, Dry Sewer, DuPont Circle Station, and Collapsed Car Tunnel. Minor locations, Lady Frumperton's Fashions, and Sunken Sewer. It also tells you there are raiders and feral ghouls here. Now, the Sunken Sewer is right here, again, Lady Frumperton's Fashions, and down here at the bottom, I've got your collectibles. There are 2 skill books and a pre-war book. Now, the pre-war book I've got here indicated in purple is this purple dot right here. And I should probably indicate what these lines are right here. Now I'm realizing I haven't done that. So you've got these different colored lines, and these indicate connections in between levels. So this is basically the ground level right here. This is the next level up, and this is the 3rd level. So These lines, this line right here from the top of this stair to this right here means that it's going from the first floor to the second floor. Same thing with the yellow line, same thing with the orange line. The only reason they're different colors is so that when they run over each other like this, it's obvious where each one is going. The same thing's true here with these two lines. Again, going from the top of this staircase to this, going around here, you go up to the next level. And again, you've got the collectible right there. So sorry about the little going around there. But these collectibles as well also exist within sublocations, like Lady from Britton's Fashions has a copy of Tales of a Junktown Jerky Vendor. This location, it's a very small room. It's actually just sitting like on top of a safe. When you go in, it's just to the right. But I did not... I was originally considering basically creating maps of all the sublocations, but then I realized that would also lead to me having to create maps for the sublocations of places like the Museum of History and the Museum of Technology and the Capitol building, all of which are so complex that let me just give you an idea here of how long I've been working on these maps. I actually started this stuff in December of 2023. Now, I did stop in January of 2024 because I had to move on to making other videos, and I had other ideas of what I wanted to do with this video. But in the end, I started working on this again in mid-December, and I've been working on it consistently until now, and it is now January 20th. And I've got, I would say, well over 100 hours into drawing these maps. And again, this is just drawing all 33 tunnels and 13 subsections of the city. If I was to go in and actually start drawing all of the sublocations, it would take additional months, and I am really wanting to get moving on to other lore videos. Specifically, I want to get the Slavers of the Capital Wasteland video done before the end of the month. So that's why I ended up deciding to try to just walk you through the maps. Again, not only would a guide video be clunky in terms of, like, let me give you an example. We enter Pennsylvania Avenue. It's like, okay, we've come in, specifically, let's say we've come in from the Metro Central location. So we come in here, it's like, okay, we walk up this way and there's a sewer connection that goes to here. Now, I'm not going onto Seward Square yet. I still have to finish addressing Pennsylvania Avenue. So I go back in here, and then it's like, oh, look at this. There's another connection that goes to Freedom Street Station. Then again, we're not going to another section, so we have to come back. And so it's, again, do that with every single one of these. It's all these little back and forth motions. It just doesn't make any sense. And the video would end up probably being like 2.5 hours long, and I don't know how useful that would be to anybody. So the whole goal here is give you the map, make it so that it's obvious how to use it, and we'll move on from there. Hopefully, again, this stuff will all be useful to you. Anybody who has interest in going through the downtown DC ruins, because I definitely have an interest in that. In making videos that have to include footage from downtown DC, I've had to learn these routes. And there was a while, for example, where I was just constantly wandering around trying to find the nuke that has crashed down right here in the middle of Vernon Square. And it was just like, okay, how do I actually get there? Because I lost my old save file, so I was coming in from just a raw character. It's like, how do I get there? I know that there's a nuke there out in front of the Statesman Hotel. How do I get to that? Well, now, using this map, you could either enter here at the Farragut West Station, and to give you a quick idea here, Farragut West Station is the name of the fast travel point here. The underlying thing here within parentheses is the like where it is. So in this case, it's in the wasteland. So you enter here, you follow this blue line, which is existent in some of these tunnels, not in all of them. Actually, they exist within all the tunnels, but I don't have them in all of the overlying sections of the city, just because in some cases it would be kind of pointless. Because again, right here within, again, Pennsylvania Avenue, you have 6 connections to other districts, so it'd just be like a blue line that has branching connections going. It doesn't make any sense. But again, going back up here to Farragut West Station, you would then follow this down to this level-to-level connection to here, follow this around here again, and that takes you to the door to Tenleytown Friendship Station. You then follow the blue line here, up these stairs onto the mezzanine, follow this around to Chevy Chase. You can then go through here, through the Chevy Chase East fast travel point here to Metro Junction, go through Metro Junction to Vernon Square, either going through here or climbing the stairs and coming out here. And either way, you're in Vernon Junction. Sorry, Vernon Square. So again, I hope that I've made these things clear, level-to-level connections, obviously, what these lines mean. The reason that there are different colors to these lines is entirely because they're overlapping, and I wanted to make sure you'd be able to see what each one is. Because originally I had these all as this blue color, and I was like putting shading on them and stuff when they'd overlap each other, but no. I think this is the far better way to indicate what line is which. And so again, I hope this will help you all find what you're looking for. I hope it'll help you find collectibles. Like the mall has so many collectibles here in terms of skill books, pre-war books that you hand off to the Arlington Library, the schematic for the railway rifle, which is found in the Museum of History, and all of these Nuka-Cola Quantums that you can hand off to Sierra Petrovita. So, I hope that this guide will be helpful to you in your touring of the Washington, D.C. wasteland, and will help you to find what it is that you're looking for in downtown D.C. Again, I'm going to link this map within the description of the video, and I'm going to find some other way to do it as well. I need to make it so you can find it within the description for the channel or something, I'm not sure. Because I've also got a whole bunch of maps of the pit. I've got spreadsheets that indicate what animals and plants you can find on worlds in Starfield and stuff like that. And I'd like to make all that stuff easier for y'all to find. But again, for now, it'll be in the description of the video, and I hope that this will help you find what you're looking for within downtown DC, because it's a very interesting location. Alright, I think that'll do it. I hope you all have a good week. I will see you all Friday for the weekly stream, and we'll be talking more about the Slavers of the Wasteland then. So, have a good week. See you then.